Welcome back. Today we'll see Immich LXC install on Proxmox, and also we'll map NAS share to the Proxmox LXC image. So I use here the community helper script from GitHub for Immich install. I choose unprivileged, setting a root password. This is useful for the root SSH access within Proxmox shell, and verify the root password. Set container ID. I got it prompted like that, and it can be different with your installation. Set disk size. I choose default course allocated, and RAM defaulted is 4 GB, but I increase it to 6 GB. Select network bridge. I choose static IP address within the local network, and gateway IP address also can be chosen, which is the router IP address within the local network. And I'm disabling the IPv6 and leaving blank for MTU size, DNS, and other parameters prompted. MAC address also leave blank. Custom tags you can choose whatever you like. That is just helpful for the search or for the comments. I choose Immich here. SSH authorized key I'm not setting. Enable root access no. Verbose no. Ready to create LXC yes. And I want to write the config to the file. Overwrite existing config file yes. If there was previous installation attempted, there could be an existing config file. Here it's prompting whether you want GPU hardware acceleration. I chose yes for crappy devices. Now it's updating the container OS, setting up UV 0.9.5, installing dependencies now. So the entire image installation from the script may take a little bit. Now installing the OpenVINO dependencies for Intel hardware accelerated machine learning. I choose yes. I have increased the RAM to 6 GB just because 4 GB may not be enough for OpenVINO dependencies and Intel hardware acceleration to work. If you have an AMD processor, it's a different scenario, but for Intel, you may opt for this hardware acceleration. Now it is setting up Postgres SQL. Now setting up Postgres SQL database. Now compiling libjxl. Compiling lib raw now. Raw photos also can be loaded to Immich, but it's taxing on the CPU as well as RAM. So personally, I would not choose raw files. I prefer JPEG files to be there in the repository. Or library rather. Now compiling image magic. Now compiling lib vips. Now fetching GitHub release. Now the Immich container itself is installing. So it's asking us to be a little bit patient here. While it installs, it might take a couple of minutes. Now install image server and web components. Installing hardware accelerated machine learning now. Now installing geonames data. Modifying user. Install image. And now IP is set within the local network. We can log in using the IP colon port number 2283 default one. I choose the dark language. Initially, we need to give admin user ID and password for logging in. I choose English as a language. Server privacy. I opt map no, version check no, as it would be a bit more taxing on the processor. Storage template is the next step, but Google Cast, I'm enabling it. It's an optional feature. Uh, it depends upon the external services. We can enable or disable at any point in settings. Now enable storage template. So this is useful for automatic uploads from the mobile phone or any personal devices in the specified format of the storage template. You may opt to choose the album name slash image name or number, or there are additional storage templates available of various formats as you see here. So the specific one is year slash album slash image. And there are several others like image under the date, and that too under specific month of the year, and under the parent folder of year. There are few useful types of structure for the storage templates. So as per your preference, you can choose anything you like. I am leaning towards uh, either this one, which is year slash the album name slash image name, or the later one. This has more if then else conditions in the template as you see. If album is existing, album started, otherwise album else, the month, and then the file name. So I am going for this now. Whichever we choose, it stores the files uploaded in that particular format. But we can also opt to attach external libraries in the image once we log in through the web. External libraries can be mapped from a NAS storage as well, from the NAS shares, either through NFS or CAFS or SMB. So it's saying 3-to-1 backup strategy is required to protect data. So whatever is stored in image can also be backed up to our external drive. or using the Proxmox backup server. By default, it is only 20 GB as we have given during the initial setup. So I would like to increase it uh, much bigger size as a default upload directory by attaching or mapping the NAS share. So here, going ahead with the Proxmox shell, making a mounted drive there or mounted folder or directory. So I just thought of initially giving uh, a folder outside NAS, but now within the NAS subfolder itself, I will go for creating another folder, which is Immich. Now Immich is available under slash mount slash NAS. Going to parent directory now. Now as we have given or created the directory over there for mounting to Immich LXC, we would need to add that to FS tab within the Proxmox itself. So using Proxmox shell, we nano it to etc FS tab, and then here configure your local network IP address, which is static IP address of NAS, followed by the shared folder of the NAS. And I'm giving here slash mount, which is slash mnt slash nas slash Immich, which is the folder I created just a few seconds ago. And then CIFS version is equal to 3.0 for SMB or CIFS. Credentials is equal to slash root slash dot SMB credentials. Dir mode 777, file mode 777, UID 100 GID 100 space 0 space 0. The 999 for UID and GID 991 I obtained from the Immich LXC itself using the command, which you can see in this video itself before I have invoked the etcfs tab. Now, using the system CTL daemon reload, FS tab is going to be taking effect. Now, mount -t CIFS -0 user is equal to PVE user. This PVE user is created in the NAS as a user who has read-write access to the NAS share, which is mapped to the Immich LX. So using mount slash grep Immich, I am getting the entire parameters there, and now rebooting the LXC. Once rebooted, use PCT set 105 or your container ID dash mp0 slash mount NAS Immich, and then it is mapped to the LXC using slash mount ms Immich, NAS Immich. That is the mounted folder. See here that Immich is running, and CPU 4 cores and 6 GB RAM is allocated, which is taking approximately 10.47%. Using ls minus lf slash mnt NAS Immich, which is the mounted drive to LXC in the LXC console of the Proxmox. I'm trying to copy using the -ar argument from opt Immich upload folder, which is the default folder. but permission is denied. So we would look into that a bit later. So image media location, by default it is opt image upload. Changing it to /mnt slash NAS image, all in small letters. We would need to revise this path a bit more. We'll come back to it later. Now save the file using Control O and then Control X. Now using chown dash capital R image, which is the user ID that need to have root access in the LXC. But it's not accepting as permission is denied. So we need to go ahead and create a SMB credentials file as I have just shown few seconds ago. And change the chmod to 600. And then we are able to copy from opt image upload the default folder to mnt slash NAS image, which is the mapped network share or NAS share. Using ls minus lf mount NAS image, we get some folder structure there showing upload as a folder available already. So that is good news because it's able to see and permissions are available. And here already there are copied folders. There are total 6 folders available and there is an upload folder also inside. Now we need to do a bit more configuration for attaching here because there is an app and also machine learning folders for which we need to create symlinks for the upload folder to point to NAS share. If we procedurally do this, it will work, but maybe initially for total beginners, it may be a little intimidating, but not so after watching this video for this scenario. Now using sudo copy -ar from image app upload folder, copy everything to NAS image upload, and then using move from the upload folder, copy to upload -original, so that we keep a backup of all the files or folders available in the default upload folder. And then sudo ln-s mount NAS m image upload to /opt/image/apps/upload creates a symlink. We can see that using ls-l opt image app path. Here upload is pointing to NAS image and then upload subfolder. But root and root are the owners for that. So we need to provide permissions to image user ID. So we'll do it a bit later. cd opt image app machine learning. So we need to cd to machine learning subfolder or subdirectory and then move upload folder to upload original just to keep a backup so that if anything goes wrong we can have still files copied from there. Now sudo ln-s and then /mount/NAS image/upload to upload. Then sudo ls-l shows that upload is symlink to mount NAS image and then upload. But this is also having root and root as the owner. So we need to change the permissions to have Immich user as the owner of this particular upload folder. Using sudo chown -r image colon image upload, we can do that. Now if we do the ls-l again, we get Immich user as a owner for them. So when we cd upload, it is actually pointing to all the 6 folders which were copied initially to mounted path. So that means machine learning is able to successfully point to the Immich folder. So we go back here to the parent path. Now cd /opt/image/app. We are going back to the app subfolder and then ls-l. So remember we were having the symlink created, but root was the owner earlier. We observed that and now we give the permission. We can do that at that point itself, but I'm opting to do it here. Sudo chown -r image separated by colon. So those mention that user ID and group ID are Immich, and then we are pointing it to upload. Now ls-l, it shows Immich as the owner. Now we go to cd, using cd to the upload path. It's pointing correctly to the Immich user ID and Immich group ID. Now we reboot it. Now we can give upload subfolder as a path in the environmental file, which is /ops/image/upload /env has environment file. Now 1 TB is safely configured.